Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Melody with Melody Loves Death Metal. This is my first half of my collection update for today. I got a bunch of stuff in the mail this past weekend. Tons of tapes, tons of vinyl, so I decided to split it up into two different parts. So this video will be primarily just the tapes, so yeah, I got a lot of tapes this last weekend. So gonna get started, try to get through this and not have it be an insanely long video. So the first package that I got was from Extremely Rotten Productions. Just trying to organize it here. It is a bunch of hole fillers I needed in my collection, but yeah, I was really excited to see that they still had a bunch of these available. And I think these need no introduction, so I will fly through these as fast as possible. And that is Undergang. The first one is one of their full lengths, Misanthropology. I always say that wrong. So yeah, like I said, I don't think they really need any introduction here. I just was looking to get these on in the tape collection. I have these on vinyl, but you know, when I love a band, I try to get it on both medias if possible, and I saw that they had them, so I just got it, snatched it up as fast as possible in Extremely Rotten Productions. So again, one of my favorite death metal bands. I typically try to collect as much as possible when they're one of my favorite bands, and this is definitely a great release if you have not heard it. The second one in that package, I think you can also guess, is Undergang, and this is Dodenlager Alasar, I believe is how you say it. I probably butchered that as well. This is on a nice white tape. I love Extremely Rotten Productions tapes that they put out. Really nice quality. J-card. So yeah, again, don't need any introduction. Don't need to go through how great this stuff is. I'm sure everybody that watches this video is very familiar with this tape. So that was the second one. And then finally, the last tape in that package that I got is, so I'm not a big live production or live concert collector, especially I don't really typically get into it. I don't usually listen to live albums all that much. I have a couple here and there, but for the most part, I don't typically buy them. But for this one, I've heard it. I thought it was great. Thought it was a great collection, addition to the collection. So then that is their live in the U.S. copy. I'm not even going to try to say what the name of this actually is because I'll completely butcher it. They were out in Portland during this concert. It was July of 2017, I believe, and they were playing with, I know Necrot was there, a couple of other bands that I am having a hard time reading because death metal logos, but yeah, so very good live album. If you're a fan of the band, definitely a great collection. And hopefully someday I will get to see them live. I miss going to live shows. So yeah, that was my package from Extremely Rotten Productions. Really happy to get those. The next one that I got is, I bought this off a Head Split, not realizing that it was still available on the label site. But whatever, support Head Split, support this album. I guess it doesn't really matter. I paid for it. The money's going somewhere, hopefully to the artist. So this is a Goat Throne Productions, or Goat Throne Records, sorry. Goat Throne Records, my first ever Goat Throne Records purchase. And this is Hexorcist with their EP Bestiarum Vocabulum. I probably butchered that too. From Florida. Great blackened black metal, death metal, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love this, and I cannot wait for a full length. I've listened to this several times since I've gotten it this weekend. Just dark and sinister. It's really good. So check this out if you haven't. I think Goat Throne still has a couple copies of these. I'm not sure about Head Split, but definitely check this out if you have not heard it. It's very good. The next package that I got was from No Time Records out in California. This was a special release that they did this last 2 weeks ago, I believe. I don't remember. But this is Scalp, and this is their domestic Extremity release on tape. if you're not familiar with Scalp, they're pretty much like a hardcore / death metal band. They have a lot of elements to their music. Very good stuff. I actually have this on vinyl too, but I saw it was a limited release, and I typically listen to tape a lot more lately, I will say, just because I have the nostalgia of it, and I just started collecting it. So yeah, I picked this up. Really, really good album. Definitely check this out if you haven't. I feel like it's been slept on a little bit. So yeah, check this out if you have not. So then another package I got was from a seller on Discogs, and it was not a flipper price. Thank God. I got lucky that he was looking at what I have in my collection. He saw something on there that was in his want list that he wanted that I did not have up for sale. And he noticed I had something that he had for sale on his want list. So he pretty much messaged me and said, hey, like, I really, really, really want that vinyl. And I'm seeing that you have 2 copies of it with different color variants. Are you willing to trade me for something that I see on your want list? It's a lot of people want it. It's very overhyped. To me, it's not overhyped. I think the hype is perfect and it makes sense. But and I thought about it for like an hour. It didn't take long for me to make a decision. And I thought to myself, I literally have 3 copies of this vinyl on different color variants, and it's stupid. It's dumb. Like, I don't typically do that, but because again, it was one of my favorite bands, I bought it. So I let it go, and I traded it for him for this, and this is Lamp of Murmur. I think if anybody, when my friends are watching this, they're probably laughing because they know like how much I was complaining that I could not get anything by Lamp of Murmur on any media at all because it sells out so fast, and then the flipping prices are ridiculous on Discogs and eBay. So this is the 4th demo, The Burning Spears of Crimson Agony. If you're not familiar with Lamp of Murmur, it is a US black metal, one-man black metal, raw black metal, I should say, project. Recently came out with a full length last year, which is incredibly hard to find, and again, I missed out on the pre-order, so I don't have it. And then the flipping prices are ridiculous on Discog. So this is probably some of my favorite music right now. I'm completely hooked on Lamp of Murmur and a couple of other raw black metal artists. I am really happy I have this in my collection. I do wish it was on vinyl. I hope to someday get a vinyl pressing. Whether or not I can get it for retail, we'll see how I'm feeling that day, if not. But yeah, I don't want to spend over $100 on something that I know that they're going to repress, and I've seen that they're going to repress some other stuff. I think this Friday there's going to be another drop, so hopefully I'll get lucky there, and I'll get some more of this. But yeah, Lamp of Murmur, great, really great raw black metal. Just some of the best music I've heard in a long time. Lo-fi definitely, but just, man, this artist just blows me away. Like, and I read about how he makes his music and just how a lot of it's very impromptu, and just he goes with it and just records it live, and if he likes it, he keeps it, and if he doesn't, he changes things. Like, all these things that just, yeah, read up on this more if you're not familiar. It's definitely good. And this originally was out on Black Gangrene. They do not have copies of this, I've checked, so yeah. All right, and then the next package that I got is from Scumlord Distro, which is one of my favorite distros. They are in Canada, but Canadian currency to US currency pretty much is the best right now, so don't mind buying things from Canada. It takes a little bit longer to get to me, but the prices are perfect at the moment. The shipping costs are not that crazy. So these are hole fillers that I wanted to get into my collection. The first one is Cryptworm, which I don't think this needs any introduction at all. I think if you're into death metal, underground death metal especially, you know what this release is. Reeking Gunk of Abhorrence. I can never say it correctly. I just cannot read or speak. Life After Death Productions, or Life After Death Records, whatever, Records Productions, you know, Life After Death. Nice, cool, translucent red tape. Some of the most filthy death metal, phenomenal stuff. Scumlord still, I think has a couple copies of this. It's pretty much sold out everywhere else, so I got lucky. So if you're looking for this, take a look over there. I believe that he still has a couple. The second one in this package was Heretical Sect. Heretical Sect, I always say that wrong. This is their full length that just came out recently. Rapturous Flesh Consumed on this really nice red tape. This is really good, like blackened death metal, black metal. I don't know. It sounds like death metal with black metal infused into it. Really, really good album. It's different. I will say that the vocals are a lot different than what you normally would hear. But I was hooked the first time I heard it. I'm really glad I got this. I think that there's still copies lingering around other US distros on this, but I will post where I got this. But I'm pretty sure you're able to find this other places too. But I wanted to add one more to the package to support the distro that I love, and I threw this in there when I saw they had it. And then finally is another one that I missed out on the pre-order, and then I missed out on ordering it. And it was available for a while, and I should just got it when I saw that it was available. But they got a copy of it, so I was happy about that. And this is Cavegrave on Barbaric Brutality. This is their Cavernous Disseminations album. Barbaric Brutality is another one of my favorite up-and-coming labels that has been releasing some great stuff. I love that clear tape. I think it looks so cool. Swampy, gurgly death metal is probably the best explanation of this, but it's really, really good. Really good stuff. I think Scumlord still had some of these available. I haven't checked recently. I know they're sold out on Barbaric Brutality's website though. So again, check this out if you have not heard it. It's really, really good stuff. I'm happy that I finally have it. I regret not buying it when I was able to back when it was released. And then finally, my last two tapes is from Hell's Headbangers. I bought these just as an impulse buy. I have them on vinyl already. I'll probably do a whole entire collection vinyl on this artist within the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to butcher his name. I always say it wrong, so just you can go ahead and make fun of me if you want. But I think it's Taake. I think no introduction, black metal, great stuff. This is his Sridens Hus release. I probably said that way wrong. A nice black pro printed tape. I feel like this also needs no introduction of who this artist is. One of my favorite black metal artists at the moment. Again, I'm pretty new to the genre, but this is some really good stuff. His earlier albums are definitely a little bit more raw sounding. A little bit more raw black metal sounding, and then his newer releases have the production quality is definitely a lot better. It's gone into a little bit more of a different direction, not very different, but there's more of like a rock feel to it in a way. But yeah, so it's good stuff. I like it. Somebody might watch this and think he's a controversial artist. We'll talk about that in the collection video that I have. I'll go into detail about it for anybody that's not familiar. So that was one of the tapes that I got, and then the second one in the package, which I think also again needs no introduction, Vinter. This is his latest release. I don't think he's released anything since this. Again, I would say this is probably out of all of his albums, the one that's probably one of my favorites because it's the first one I ever heard. So unfortunately, I got a little bit of a bias there. But this is a really good album. It's got, like I said, some like classic rocky feel to it. It has some like jamming out sections on some of these songs. Like it's a really, really good produced album. It's really good. I know it was pretty hyped up when it first came out a couple years ago. I think the hype is pretty much definitely worth it. It might be kind of hard to see because it's like really black and gray. So yeah, saw that Hell's Headbangers had these. I just bought them. But like I said, I have all of these on vinyl already. Listen to them. They sound great. Probably will listen to the tape more just because it's a little bit more convenient for me to just throw it into the tape deck. But yeah, so that was Taake or Tak. I probably am saying it way wrong. And that was it. That was my final tape that I got this weekend. Probably a longer video this time. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. I've noticed a lot of people have been sharing this on Instagram lately, which is crazy that you're finding my video because I'm not really promoting it right now. I'm just doing this as a hobby. Trying to get into the groove of this YouTube thing. Just again, don't plan on making any money off this. I can't monetize it because I only have like 20 subscribers, but don't plan to ever monetize any of these videos. Just want to do it as a hobby, and hopefully get to meet some new people on here and find some new music and share our collections, because I'm a big nerd and I always love seeing what people are buying. I pretty much watch a million YouTube vloggers where they just show off their collections, and I can do it for hours. My wife thinks I'm weird, but whatever. So yeah, gonna have a second video coming up later. It's gonna be the vinyls that I purchased at a record store this weekend, and then a couple that I got into the mail. This week I have a bunch of stuff coming in again, so I'll probably have a couple more videos too. So thanks for watching, and appreciate a lot of the support that I've been getting, especially from my friends on Instagram. Totally appreciate it. Thanks again, guys.